I just realized we're getting ready to build a gantry crane and I never even wrote any of the plans down. Well, I did, but it's kind of just chicken scratch on the back of like cardboard from all my Amazon purchases. No, I'm not in jail. This is my basement. We're not in the shop, but this is still rebuilding Slanche. Like I was saying, I never officially wrote anything down on paper. I have like some chicken scratch drawings, and I was gonna call this video Chicken Scratch and Cheap Beer, but I don't know, I think How to Build a Gantry Crane is probably the better title here. Or at least the way that I would do it, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna tilt the camera down so you guys can see it, and it's gonna be a nice overlay of my desk, and I'm gonna draw everything out for you by hand because I'm not about to pay for that like doodler or whatever. I'm not paying for a subscription. I've got 2 hands and a camera. I'm just gonna flat lay that. So give me a minute and I'm gonna flip you over and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Hopefully this makes sense and hopefully this thing doesn't fall over on top of me. Either way is a win. You know, it's really handy when you go to art school and then you go into your back room and you find this old piece of Bristol that's sitting in a box someplace. That was really handy. But anyways, this is going to be our blueprint canvas. Man, this is like the second time I've talked about art. Maybe I should do art instead of like trying to do this. Now this is way cooler. Anyways, so gantry crane. Let's see here. So gantry crane, you know, kind of looks like this, right? Done. But not really, because you have to add feet, and we're going to need feet. But then we want the gantry crane to roll, so we got to put it on casters. Well, now that we want it to roll, we also have to make sure that it's secure. So probably want to add some cross bracing in here, and then we're probably going to want to tie these feet in somehow, do something like that, or do something like that. That's basically what we're going to do. So the materials that I have right now, as you've seen in the other videos, I have those big steel posts. And those big steel posts are 10 feet tall. And I have 2 of them. So let's start a little inventory list right here, shall we? So I'm going to write down all of the pieces that I have because, you know, you need to have a bill of materials to be able to build something. So let's go. We have we'll put quantities first. So we have 2 10-foot beams, and at the base, so they're actually circular beams. Oh, you can't see my 2. Rip. Oh. But anyway, so we have 2 10-foot beams, and you know what, we'll put the quantities over here then so you can see it. 2. Ding. So we have 2 10-foot beams, and they're actually circular. The big posts are circular, but at the base, they are 17 inches, so I'm going to mark that because that does come into play later. Ooh, man, I'm still getting used to this overhead thing. This is kind of trippy. Anyways, so we have 2 of those, and then what we also have are 2 pieces, actually no, yeah, 2. We have 2 4 by 3 by 140 inches of steel square tube. And these I think we're just going to use for random cutting pieces as well as some of the bracing materials. And the reason why I'm making this video like this and we're not down in the shop is I don't really have anything to show yet because all I've done is cut these pieces into the sections that they need to be, and I've started grinding down all of the joints to get us ready for welding. The next step here is I've already called and ordered, but I'm waiting for the last thing that we need, which is 4-inch by 4-inch by 6 foot, and we need 4 of those. And the reason why we need 4 of those is because these are actually going to make our feet. So now the design. So, oh wait, I forgot the last thing. You know, kind of the important thing, the whole like backbones of the operation. We have that huge big I-beam. That's this guy right here. And our I-beam is actually 155 inches. You can almost see it there. It's 155 inches. And the ID, which this is important, is 140 inches. The reason why that's important is because we have to mount these on the posts but we also want to have a little bit of wiggle room on either side. In this case, there's only going to be about, I believe, if my calculations are correct, there's really only going to be about 6 inches on either side, give or take, for us to play. So that'll be fun. So with this I-beam, it's 140 inches ID. And that's even too without putting any of our cross bracing in. But we should be fine because it should be tall enough. The big concern here is just getting it wide enough for the boat to be able to fit inside of it, because it has a 10-foot beam. 140 inches gives us about 11.6. So we'll have roughly about 9 inches on either side for these posts to be next to the boat. And really that only leaves us with the option to be able to pull the gantry crane back to be able to drop the engines out once we pull them out. Luckily, I can modify my loft, which we're going to have to modify the loft in the shop a little bit to be able to fit this back there, because we're going to have to build it in place and roll it around and move it onto the boat. But that leads us to the next thing, is casters. And we have 4 casters for each foot. So I'm going to do 4 sets. Oh, 4 of a set. That's whatever. Times 2. And these are all rated for 2400 lbs. Lubs, because we're in America. Anyways, so there's our bill of materials. So we have to build this now from the ground up. Really, the only things that need to be welded together is that base, the feet, and then it all kind of just, you know, I welded it, held it together. Not really, we're going to have to actually weld pretty well for this. But put all that together and hope this thing works. We have what it's supposed to look like. Let's put our feet together. So this is my diagram for the feet. So the reason why we have these is 6 feet is because we're going to have 2 outer beams that come in like this, and then we're going to have another one like this, and they're going to be side by side together. Then we're going to weld 1, 2, 3 cross braces. So we're going to make basically a railroad track. And then on each corner here is where we're going to put and weld a caster. So now we're going to have this big box. So this is going to be 6 feet. This is going to be 6 feet. And then this square channel tube is 4 inches. This is also 4 inches. And the reason why I have to account for these is because we have to set on the we have to set those big steel pillars down. And those big steel pillars, like I said, have square bases on them, and they're 17 inches wide. So that's going to have to set in here. And 6 foot, half of 6 foot is 3 feet. 3 feet on center. Then half of 17 is quick math, 8.5. Thank you. So we have this here, and then we're going to have to center it. So there's going to be 8.5 inches on either side for our big square base. Since this is 4, that's 8. We're then going to have to put these pieces in, like I was saying, we're going to have to weld this all in. These will be 9 inches across for this 4-inch tube to marry up to. And these are I'm just going to use for these cross sections. I'll probably use bits and pieces of this 4x3 steel that I have. And this is 9 inches because this is 4 inches and this is 4 inches. 8 plus 9, 17. Holy cow, public school math is really working hard today, folks, I tell you. Also, I'm sorry I keep sniffing and I'm a little stuffy. I have a cold. That's also why I haven't been able to really get anything done, because I don't really want to breathe in a bunch of fiberglass and dust and kick up all that stuff and all that when I'm trying to get over a cold. So, anyways, I hope you're enjoying this and having fun. And if you are having fun and you're learning something, please hit the subscribe button. That's going to show up someplace around here. Right there. That's where it's going to go, maybe. We'll see what happens. Let's see what trickery I can do. But if you are enjoying this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it, and I'd really enjoy talking to you, because I'm enjoying this, and I hope you are too. So after I just take a bunch of stick welds and just go, we'll have a foot together. Next process after that is, how do we get these posts to sit on the feet and not have this thing. So what we're going to have to do is take those feet. This is a side profile. Look at that beautiful side profile. Got a little caster here, caster here, and this is our 6 foot section. 6 feet. So we're going to have to bring that down, and this post is going to come this way, and it's going to come this way. Now, this thing is on center at 3 feet. So that means that there's going to be 3 feet coming out of here. And we already know that there's 8.5 inches to the outside edge. Oh man, okay, hold on. So this brings me to a story. Do you guys remember learning Pythagorean's theorem in high school? Or it was like that middle school or something? I can't remember. But I was having a really bad day this one day. And, you know, I just didn't want to sit in class. I had a problem sitting in my seat when I was a kid. I still do. I was learning Pythagorean's theorem, and I got yelled at by the teacher. And I said, you know what? We're never going to use this shit ever, Mrs. Jenkins. I just want to learn how to balance a checkbook. All right, Miss Jenkins, you got me. Touche. Touche. Yeah, joke's on me, Mrs. Jenkins. Joke's on me. All right, well, today we're going to use that shit. So we've got a 3 foot section from center to here. So we know that that's 3 feet. So now what we're going to have to do is do 3 feet divided, nope, not divided, 3 feet minus 8.5, because that 8.5 span goes from the outside edge to the middle. But we've got to figure out what our hypotenuse is right here, because this is going to be that support. You see what I'm saying? Oh my God, it's a triangle. We're about to use this. So, after some quick off-camera math, here is our equation. 27.5 squared plus 60 squared. That equals a really long number I don't feel like writing out. So then you do the square root of that, and that gives you 66. So then you divide 66 by 12, and you get like 5 feet and change. So that's what we're going to have here for our hypotenuse, which is 5 feet and change. You know why? Because I'm not going to do the official math right now. JK, I'm going to do the official math right now because this is why we're here in the first place. So if I do 66 divided by 12, we get 5.5 even. So guess what? I'm a dummy and I don't even know. So there's 5.5. Bada bing. Ta-da! So that is going to be our cross section. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. And that way this thing isn't going to go like this on us when it's under load and crush the boat or crush me. And really, that's the last thing we have to do to get this thing erected. The only other thing that we need to do, which I haven't really decided yet what we're going to do here, but is that cross beam where these two things meet. So really, I need to kind of see where our height is and everything for the boat when we get everything put up, or when we get everything just kind of set up and see how it is. But we should have plenty of height. I mean, these things are 10 feet tall, and then plus the 4 inches and plus the casters, it's almost going to be 11. I think it's going to be like 11.6 if I measured everything correctly and added everything up. But right here, all that we're going to do is crush in some nice cross members here, and I'm assuming these will probably be about 3 feet for those sections, because I want to try to get them down as far as possible so that we can just get even further tie in here, so you don't get that weeble wobble. And then once we have all of that, we're back to the beginning, a little gantry crane, and that is what we're gonna do. Awesome. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed my little rambling of me, you know, cartooning around a little gantry crane, but I thought it'd be a little fun. And I may be under the weather a little bit, but I wanted to still give you guys a nice little update and just like keep you guys informed that yes, we are still keeping this project moving forward and we're still having fun. So I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna go hang out with my cat Jack here. Jack, say hi. Okay, yeah, he's bored and he's ready to go too. All right, everybody, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much again. Peace.